Where are we? The calendar shows the year 1948. The oldest form of the radio, the camera, the car, all telling us about the olden times. Yes, we are going today to talk about the past. How to talk about the past in your sentences. What are the changes you need to bring in and the things that you must keep in mind when talking about the past. So join me on day 18 in this 30-day journey. Lovingly yours, English. Welcome into the workroom. Before we get into the essentials or the fundamentals of a past tense, let us first look at the passage which we actually read on day 16. Yes? Now when you look at the passage, the first paragraph is talking about the present. I think you remember. You can look at the verbs which are in bold. Gets up, look, rises, love, listen, brightens. Yes? Now look at the second paragraph. I watched an inspiring talk. It was mind-blowing. He seemed to be. I spent a lot of time. It was. Then I learnt from him. Means provided. Right? So, and then slowly it moves on with the next tense which we've already covered, which is the present continuous. The past tense refers to finished actions or situations or habits that took place sometime in the past. It can be just a minute back, a day earlier, or a week back, just years ago, centuries ago. Okay. So look at the first example. India became independent in 1947. Yes, India is going to celebrate its 73rd, I think so, 73rd Independence Day on 15th August this year, 2020. Then look at the next example. Kalpana Chawla. The name Kalpana Chawla itself brings goosebumps. Yes? Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian woman to fly in space. Then we joined the college in 1997. What do you see? Now you can I think find out the verbs. Yes? The words which are in bold are the verbs. But look at the form. Became, was, joined. Yes? What is the present tense of became? Become. Present tense of was? Is. And joined? Join. Look at the sentence if we use the present tense. India become independent in 1947. Kalpana Chawla is the first woman. We joined the college in 1997. Doesn't make sense, yes? Because it is about the past. That is why verbs become an indispensable part of the sentence, because they give the color to the sentence. They give meaning to what you are talking about. Right? Let us look at the next slide just to look at the forms the verb take from present tense when they move to the past tense. Okay? So look at this. Talk, talked. Sleep, slept. Drive, drove. Take, took. You see the slight change in the spellings as the verb move into the past tense. Write, wrote, read, read. Here you must remember that the verb read has the same spelling when it is in past tense, but the difference is the way you say it. Read, I read a book. That's present tense. But when you say I read a book yesterday, I read, okay? The spelling is same, just the sound is different. I read a book yesterday. And then the verb am and is, they take the same past tense as was. Am also takes was. I am Kavita, I was a student. Similarly, she is Kavita, and in past tense, she was a student. Okay? And then fly, flew. So this is how verbs change their forms when they shift from one tense to another. Let's look at some of the examples in the next slide. Look at these sentences. They're talking about a past habit or a repeated event. Okay. We went for a walk after dinner. We went. Went is the past tense of. If this sentence was in present tense, it will be we go for a walk. Okay. Now this is in past tense of go is went. And then I enjoyed yesterday's class. I enjoy has become enjoyed. We made a chocolate cake last evening. Now, if it was in present tense, we would have used we make a chocolate cake. That's all. Last evening refers to the past. Then, he worked for 8 hours a day during his final year. Now, this is some time back. Now, in present tense, it would be he works for 8 hours a day. Okay. Now, it is in past tense because it is talking about a past event in his final year. Now, the next one, they reported on the latest case just 5 minutes ago. Now, this is, they reported on the latest case just 5 minutes ago. So, past tense can also be just 5 minutes back, even the last minute. Okay, now here you got this word ago in highlight. Now, in past tense, this word has got a lot of importance. Okay, let's look in detail on this particular word ago. The adverb ago is used only with the simple past tense. Okay. Now, the word ago adds another shade to your sentences. Look at the following. A month ago, I went to Italy 4 months ago. I don't remember him. I met him ages ago. Oh, I joined this 30-day journey 2 weeks ago. We were invaded centuries ago. Oh, hours ago, I was looking at another video. Hours ago. Now, all these the phrases, please you keep using in your sentences. You can talk about the earlier sessions using ago, right? You can talk about the COVID-19. It came 3 months ago, right? Now, let us look at the structure of a past tense. What are the things we must keep in mind when we are using the nouns and pronouns? Okay, look at the slide. So the pronouns I, you, we, they, he, she, it. This is fantastic. In present, in the past tense, all these pronouns take the same form of, without any addition or reduction, they take the verb. I took this pen. You took this pen. My mother took this pen. Right? Rohit took my pet for a walk. Okay, so all these pronouns take the same form, took. Now, why I am insisting that all these pronouns take the same form? Because in present tense, you must have seen present tense and present continuous. The pronouns I, we, they take a different verb or have another verb for them compared to you, he, she, it. Yes, you remember that? So when you are constructing positive sentences, just keep in mind, if it is a past tense, then all the nouns and pronouns take the same form of the verb. Now look at the next one, question. Now here, you have to start the question with did. Did I take the pen? Did you take the pen? So here, you can see all the nouns and pronouns again take the same question word which opens the question, did. But here another thing we must keep in mind is, look at the verb. The verb take is not becoming took. The verb remains in the present tense form, the basic form of the verb. Okay. So when you have did in your sentences, the verb remains with its basic form. Okay. It does not change the tense, its form. Right. So we'll look into it a little more in detail. Now, look at the negative sentences. I, you, we, they, he, she, it did not take. So here also, when this negative is in past tense, you have to use the word did, not in the beginning, but after the pronoun or the noun, and then it just takes the addition not. And again here, the verb take, the main verb take remains in its basic form. It is not becoming the past tense because there is another helping verb did. Okay, the present tense of did is do. We use it in the present tense or the present continuous. So the present tense of did is do, which you use in present tense, and in past tense we use did. And because did is here in the negative and the question, the verb, the main verb does not take the past tense. This we need to remember. And then did not, the short form of did not is didn't, and generally in spoken language we use didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't take it. You didn't come. Right? So let's move on to the next slide. So the first point to keep in mind did and the main verb. So let's look at the sentences. You took it. That's right. You took it. Then you did not take it. You did not take it. Negative one. The first one positive, next one negative. And then look at the question. Did you take it? Now look at this. All these three sentences are in past tense, but only the positive one is taking the past form of the verb. The main verb is in past tense only in the positive sentences. In the negative and the question, the main verb remains in its basic form. Okay? Because the past tense of do, did, is here. You did not take it. Did you take it? Look at the sentence. Did you took it? It will be a wrong usage. Okay? I did went there. So went here is the past tense of go. I did go there. That will be the right one. Okay? I did went there. So just remember, when you have did in the sentence, please do not use the past tense of the main verb. Right? Yes? Please make this note in the second section of your notebook. Please make a note of this. When did is here, the verb, the main verb does not take the past tense form. Okay? Now, another thing we must keep in mind is about the regular and irregular verbs. Now, we have seen the family of verbs, yes? Now, regular and irregular come into importance when we are talking about past tense. The regular verbs generally end with ed. There's no change in their spellings, but they end with ed, like talk, talked, jump, jumped, cook, cooked. Okay? So there's no change in the spelling. Talk remains talk, but just addition of the suffix ed. So if a verb is in past tense with ed ending, it is called a regular verb. And the other verbs which do not end with ed and have change in spelling, they are called as irregular verbs, like is, was. Yes, is doesn't remain is in its past tense. It becomes was. Then what are the other verbs? Think of them. Can you remember any of them? Let's look at the list. It's coming in the next slide. So look at this. Is, was, do, did, cook, cooked, sleep, slept, talk, talked, are, were, write, wrote, jump, jumped, eat, ate. Now, which are the regular verbs here? Recollect, what is the rule? The regular verbs are those which end with ed. So here we can see cook, cooked, talk, talked, jump, jumped. These three are regular. What about the others? Sleep, slept. You see there's a change in the spelling. Sleep becomes slept. T is added and one E is reduced. Then you have look at are. It becomes were. Write becomes wrote. Eat becomes ate. Okay. So there's a change in the spelling. And this is the mark of regular and irregular verbs. So that's what past tense is all about. Just a few things to keep in mind and you're ready to go. And the few things are, check the verb, check what is its form, the regular or irregular, check if it takes the ed or doesn't take the ed, check the spelling, and then keep in mind when you make negatives and questions with the did. Okay? So when there is did, the main verb does not take the past tense form. Okay? Let's check us out if we've got all the rules correct or not. Okay? So let's look at the next slide. Let's look at some of the sentences here on the slide. Please read along with me and read it aloud, because when we read aloud, we sometimes realize the mistakes ourselves, and that is the best way to check ourselves. So, I sleep yesterday at 10 p.m. The children were enjoyed the class yesterday. She did came for the session. I swam in the pool this morning. Did you talk to your friend about our meeting? Richa said that she would be late for the meeting. So, what I want you to do is pause the video for a few minutes and into your notebook, please note down these sentences. Either take down these sentences or just write the answers there. Okay? And then, in a few minutes, we'll get on to the next slide. So, have you spotted the errors? Do all the sentences have errors? Check it out. Let's look at the next slide. So in the first sentence, I sleep yesterday at 10 p.m. The main verb here is sleep. But the next word is referring to yesterday. Okay, something that is finished. So what is the change here? The verb, the main verb sleep must take its past tense form, and that is slept. So the right usage is I slept yesterday at 10 p.m. Look at the next one. The children were enjoyed the class yesterday. So again, this sentence has got the word yesterday. So it's referring to something that has happened, already finished, right? So the children were enjoyed the class yesterday. So here there's you can make it into two sentences. Either you can correct it as the continuous form, or you can change it into past tense. Let us now change it into past tense. So if it has to be changed into past tense, we just have to take the word were out of it. The children enjoyed the class yesterday. Just the main verb enjoyed, because the past tense does not take any helping verbs, right? In positive sentences. Look at the next one. She did came for the session. Now here, again I have told you that did, when did is there in the main sentence, then the main verb does not take the past tense. She did come for the session. So these sentences where you use did in the positives, they are generally to emphasize something. Okay, let us look at the next one. I swam in the pool this morning. Oh, what a lovely day. I swam in the pool. The main verb swam, which is the past tense of swim, but swim is not a regular verb, so it does not take ed in its ending, but instead it changes and becomes swam. I swam in the pool this morning. The next one. Did you talk to your friend about our meeting? So here it's a question, and you remember that did begins the sentence, and because did is there, the verb, the main verb, which is the main verb here? The main verb is talked. So because did is already there, we need not use the ed form of talked. We must use did you talk to your friend about our meeting? The next one. Richa say that she would be late for the meeting. So it is something which has already been said. Okay, so the word say, past tense of say is said. So we must put it as Richa said that she would be late for the meeting. Then Rohan come here 3 weeks ago. The sentence has got 3 weeks ago. So that means it is referring to past. So the main verb come should take the past tense, and the correct usage is Rohan came here 3 weeks ago. Okay, so that's about the checking. After the discussion on past tense, the rules and the structure of the sentences when you put them in past tense, let us listen to a beauty of a song. You will love it. The song is Candle in the Wind. Candle in the Wind is a threnody. Threnody, again a new word, yes? Please note it down in your notebook. Threnody refers to the poems which are written on mourning, okay? Candle in the Wind, a threnody with music and lyrics by Elton John and Bernie Taupin. It was originally written in 1973, but in 1997, Elton John performed a rewritten version of the song as a tribute to Diana, Princess of Wales. Let's enjoy listening to the song.
Goodbye, England's rose. May you ever grow in our hearts. You were the grace that placed yourself where lives were torn apart. Called out to our country, and you whispered to those in pain. Now you belong to heaven, and the stars spell out your name. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind.
I have taken only a small part of the lyrics, but please search for this song on Google and check for the lyrics, and you'll see most of the verbs used in past tense because it is on past event. Okay, an event which had touched all of us in 1997. Hope that all of you are surrounding yourself with language, because our goal is learning or becoming friends with English in 30 days. So until I see you in my next video, stay home, stay safe and stay calm. Again, all these are in present tense. How do we say it in past tense? I stayed home, I stayed calm, and I stayed safe. Please do not forget to click like, subscribe, those who haven't subscribed, and share the video with your friends. Thank you.